Crossdressing is the act of wearing clothing and accessories that are typically associated with the opposite gender. Some people crossdress for fun, some for self-expression, some for sexual gratification, and some for other reasons. Crossdressing is not a new phenomenon, and it has been practiced by different cultures and individuals throughout history. However, crossdressing is not always easy or accepted by society. Many crossdressers face stigma, discrimination, harassment, and violence because of their appearance and behavior. Some crossdressers may also struggle with their own identity, self-esteem, and mental health. As a result, some crossdressers may want to quit crossdressing, either temporarily or permanently, for various reasons. But is it possible to quit crossdressing? And if so, how can one do it? And if not, how can one accept themselves and live happily as a crossdresser? In this video, we will explore these questions and provide some tips and advice for crossdressers who want to quit or continue crossdressing. Crossdressing is a broad term that can mean different things to different people. Some crossdressers may only wear certain items of clothing or accessories, such as underwear, shoes, or jewelry, that are considered feminine or masculine. Some crossdressers may dress up fully as the opposite gender, including makeup, wig, and prosthetics. Some crossdressers may only crossdress occasionally, such as for special occasions, hobbies, or entertainment. Some crossdressers may crossdress regularly, such as for work, daily life, or personal preference. The reasons why people crossdress are also diverse and complex. Some crossdressers may crossdress because they enjoy the feeling, the look, or the experience of wearing different clothes. Some crossdressers may crossdress because they identify with the opposite gender, either partially or fully, and want to express their true selves. Some crossdressers may crossdress because they are attracted to the opposite gender, or the same gender, or both, and want to explore their sexuality. Some crossdressers may crossdress because they have a fetish, a kink, or a fantasy that involves crossdressing. Some crossdressers may crossdress because they have a psychological, emotional, or spiritual need that is fulfilled by crossdressing. There is no one right or wrong way to crossdress, and there is no one right or wrong reason to crossdress. Crossdressing is a personal choice that depends on the individual's preferences, feelings, and circumstances. Crossdressing does not define one's gender identity, sexual orientation, or personality. Crossdressers are as diverse and unique as anyone else. Crossdressing can have many benefits for those who practice it. Some of the benefits are: crossdressing can be fun, enjoyable, and relaxing. It can be a way of escaping the stress and boredom of everyday life, and exploring new possibilities and perspectives. Crossdressing can be empowering, liberating, and rewarding. It can be a way of expressing one's identity, creativity, and individuality, and challenging the norms and stereotypes of society. Crossdressing can be arousing, exciting, and satisfying. It can be a way of enhancing one's sexual life, fulfilling one's fantasies, and discovering new pleasures and sensations. Crossdressing can be therapeutic, healing, and comforting. It can be a way of coping with trauma, depression, anxiety, or other mental health issues, and finding peace and happiness within oneself. Crossdressing can be educational, enlightening, and inspiring. It can be a way of learning about different cultures, histories, and experiences, and developing empathy and understanding for others. Crossdressing can also have many challenges for those who practice it. Some of the challenges are: crossdressing can be risky, dangerous, and scary. It can expose one to the threat of violence, harassment, discrimination, or rejection from others who are intolerant, ignorant, or hateful. Crossdressing can be stressful, confusing, and frustrating. It can create conflicts with one's family, friends, partner, or employer who may not accept, support, or understand one's crossdressing. Crossdressing can be costly, time-consuming, and difficult. It can require a lot of money, effort, and skill to acquire, maintain, and wear different clothes and accessories, and to hide or dispose of them if needed. Crossdressing can be addictive, compulsive, and unhealthy. It can become a habit, an obsession, or a disorder that interferes with one's normal functioning, relationships, or well-being. Crossdressing can be lonely, isolating, and depressing. It can make one feel misunderstood, unloved, or unworthy, and prevent one from finding or keeping a partner, a friend, or a community. If you are a crossdresser who wants to quit crossdressing, either temporarily or permanently, for any reason, you should know that it is possible to do so. However, quitting crossdressing is not easy, and it may not be the best option for everyone. Before you decide to quit crossdressing, you should ask yourself some questions, such as, why do you want to quit crossdressing? Is it because of your own feelings, or because of external pressure? Is it because of a genuine desire, or because of a temporary impulse? What are the benefits and costs of quitting crossdressing? How will it affect your happiness, health, and quality of life? How will it affect your relationships, career, and future? How committed and ready are you to quit crossdressing? Do you have a clear goal and a realistic plan? Do you have the necessary resources and support? Do you have the motivation and the willpower? If you are sure that quitting crossdressing is the right choice for you, and you are prepared to face the challenges and consequences, then you can follow some steps to help you quit crossdressing. Some of the steps are: the first step to quit crossdressing is to identify your motivations and goals. You should be honest and clear with yourself about why you want to quit crossdressing, and what you hope to achieve by doing so. You should also set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART, goals that will guide your actions and track your progress. For example, your goal could be to quit crossdressing completely by the end of the year, or to reduce your crossdressing frequency by 50% in the next 6 months, or to only crossdress in private and not in public in the next 3 months. Your goal should be realistic and flexible, and you should be prepared to adjust it if needed. The second step to quit crossdressing is to seek professional help if needed. Quitting crossdressing can be a challenging and stressful process, and you may need some guidance and support from a qualified and experienced therapist, counselor, or coach. A professional can help you understand the root causes and triggers of your crossdressing, and provide you with effective strategies and techniques to overcome them. A professional can also help you deal with any underlying or co-occurring mental health issues, such as depression, anxiety, or addiction, that may be affecting your crossdressing. A professional can also help you cope with any negative emotions, such as guilt, shame, or anger, that may arise from quitting crossdressing. A professional can also help you set and achieve your goals, and monitor and evaluate your progress. However, not all professionals are familiar or comfortable with crossdressing, and some may have biases or prejudices against it. Therefore, you should be careful and selective when choosing a professional, and make sure that they are respectful, supportive, and knowledgeable about crossdressing. You should also be aware that some professionals may try to convince you to change your gender identity or sexual orientation, or to undergo conversion therapy, which are unethical and harmful practices that you should avoid at all costs. You should only work with a professional who respects your autonomy and dignity, and who helps you quit crossdressing on your own terms and for your own reasons. The third step to quit crossdressing is to find healthy alternatives and coping strategies. Crossdressing may have served a certain function or purpose in your life, such as providing pleasure, comfort, escape, or expression. If you quit crossdressing, you may need to find other ways to fulfill those needs and desires, without resorting to crossdressing again. Some of the healthy alternatives and coping strategies are: find a new hobby, interest, or passion that can occupy your time, energy, and attention, and that can give you joy, satisfaction, and fulfillment. For example, you could try learning a new skill, playing a sport, making art, reading books, or volunteering for a cause. Find a new way to express yourself and your identity that does not involve crossdressing, but that still reflects your personality, values, and preferences. For example, you could try changing your hairstyle, wearing different colors, accessorizing your outfit, or adopting a new style. Find a new way to explore and enhance your sexuality that does not involve crossdressing, but that still satisfies your fantasies and pleasures. For example, you could try using toys, watching videos, reading erotica, or role-playing with your partner. Find a new way to cope with stress, anxiety, or other negative emotions that does not involve crossdressing, but that still calms you down and makes you feel better. For example, you could try meditating, breathing, exercising, listening to music, or talking to someone. The fourth and final step to quit crossdressing is to build a support network and communicate your feelings. Quitting crossdressing can be a lonely and isolating journey, and you may need some help and encouragement from others who care about you and understand you. Some of the ways to build a support network and communicate your feelings are: find a friend, a family member, a partner, or a mentor who can listen to you, support you, and motivate you to quit crossdressing. You should choose someone who is trustworthy, respectful, and empathetic, and who does not judge, criticize, or pressure you. You should also be honest, open, and respectful with them, and let them know how they can help you. Join a group, a forum, or a community of other crossdressers who want to quit crossdressing, or who have successfully quit crossdressing. You can share your experiences, challenges, and achievements with them, and learn from their tips, advice, and stories. You can also find comfort, inspiration, and friendship from them. Seek professional help if you need more guidance, support, or intervention. As mentioned earlier, a qualified and experienced therapist, counselor, or coach can help you quit crossdressing in a safe and effective way, and address any underlying or co-occurring issues that may be affecting your crossdressing. If you are a crossdresser who does not want to quit crossdressing, either temporarily or permanently, for any reason, you should know that it is possible to do so. However, accepting yourself as a crossdresser is not easy, and it may not be the best option for everyone. Before you decide to accept yourself as a crossdresser, you should ask yourself some questions, such as: why do you want to accept yourself as a crossdresser? Is it because of your own feelings, or because of external pressure? Is it because of a genuine desire, or because of a temporary impulse? What are the benefits and costs of accepting yourself as a crossdresser? How will it affect your happiness, health, and quality of life? How will it affect your relationships, career, and future? How committed and ready are you to accept yourself as a crossdresser? Do you have a clear goal and a realistic plan? Do you have the necessary resources and support? Do you have the motivation and the willpower? If you are sure that accepting yourself as a crossdresser is the right choice for you, and you are prepared to face the challenges and consequences, then you can follow some steps to help you accept yourself as a crossdresser. Some of the steps are: the first step to accept yourself as a crossdresser is to understand that crossdressing is not a disorder or a sin. Crossdressing is not a mental illness, a personality defect, or a moral flaw. Crossdressing is not something that you need to cure, fix, or change. Crossdressing is a natural, normal, and harmless variation of human behavior and expression. Crossdressing does not make you less of a person, or less of a man or a woman. Crossdressing does not make you a bad, evil, or sinful person. There is nothing wrong with crossdressing, and there is nothing wrong with you. You are not alone, and you are not abnormal. You are a crossdresser, and you are a human being. You deserve respect, acceptance, and love, just like anyone else. The second step to accept yourself as a crossdresser is to embrace your identity and express yourself. You should be proud and confident of who you are, and what you like. You should not hide, deny, or suppress your crossdressing, but rather celebrate, enjoy, and display it. You should not let others dictate how you should dress, act, or feel, but rather follow your own heart, mind, and soul. You should not conform to the expectations, norms, or stereotypes of society, but rather challenge, defy, and transcend them. You are a crossdresser, and you are unique. You have a style, a voice, and a message. You have a right, a freedom, and a power. You have an identity, a personality, and a character. You have a crossdresser, and you have a self. The third step to accept yourself as a crossdresser is to educate yourself and others about crossdressing. You should learn as much as you can about crossdressing, its history, its culture, its diversity, and its significance. You should also share your knowledge, experience, and perspective with others, especially those who are ignorant, curious, or hostile about crossdressing. You should inform, enlighten, and inspire them about crossdressing, and dispel any myths, misconceptions, or prejudices that they may have. You should also advocate, promote, and protect the rights, interests, and welfare of crossdressers, and fight against any discrimination, oppression, or violence that they may face. You are a crossdresser, and you are a teacher. You have a wisdom, a vision, and a mission. You have a responsibility, a duty, and a privilege. You have a crossdresser, and you have a voice. The fourth and final step to accept yourself as a crossdresser is to join a community and connect with other crossdressers. You should not isolate yourself, or feel ashamed or lonely because of your crossdressing, but rather seek out and join a community of other crossdressers who share your passion, your values, and your goals. You should also connect with other crossdressers, either online or offline, and form meaningful and lasting relationships with them. You should support, encourage, and compliment each other, and have fun, laugh, and cry together. You should also collaborate, cooperate, and create together, and make the world a better place for crossdressers. You are a crossdresser, and you are a friend. You have a family, a tribe, and a home. You have a bond, a connection, and a love. You have a crossdresser, and you have a life. Crossdressing is a complex and personal phenomenon that can have different meanings and implications for different people. Some crossdressers may want to quit crossdressing, and some may want to accept themselves as crossdressers. Both choices are valid and possible, and both have benefits and challenges. The most important thing is to make the choice that is best for you, and that makes you happy, healthy, and fulfilled.